Welcome everyone. I am pleased and honored to have you join us. I am Kenny Nwosu, the CEO of the impact investment company you all know as Norsad Finance. But that's about to change. What do I mean? Our rebrand has been extended to the name as well. More specifically, the finance in our name. And yes, finance does speak to what we do, or at least what we set out to do when we started back in 1990 as a development finance institution, a DFI. And if you look at our numbers and track record over the past 30 years, we have provided $500 million to more than 150 companies for growth and development. We have also won regional and global awards doing what we do. So it is fair to say that we do it well. Exceptionally well, in fact, some may say. But finance is not all we are about, what we enable, or even what we're capable of, both from a market and a cultural perspective. It doesn't speak to the impact we have on businesses, families, communities, and economies. Our passion, the drive and energy we deliver as purpose-driven finance professionals. Or how we disbursed over $60 million to 11 companies in 9 countries in midst of the pandemic in 2021. Or how we achieved a positive operating surplus for 2 decades and increased our capital from a small base to over $100 million, working regionally from our offices in Zambia, when the majority of players operated from outside of the continent. And that matters. Who we are matters. We are pioneers. We were set up from the onset with impact at our core, so we haven't adopted ESG or related considerations within the last 5 years or decade. And when most were focused on looking in, we were already on the ground and close to our markets. We understand Africa. We are change makers. Impact has always been at the center of how we do business and how we support and champion financial inclusion, gender equality, the green transition, and sustainable livelihoods, which is the capacity for people to provide for themselves. Contextually, last year we provided financing to a local manufacturer and distributor of safety equipment towards increasing and expanding capacity and development of new products and services essential during the COVID-19 pandemic. This has made the group a forerunner for the supply of much needed specialized products locally and for export in the region. We are adaptable. We started as a DFI, a collaboration between Nordic and Southern African SADC governments. And 21 years later, we had transformed into a limited company, providing private credit to achieve impact. We have not been a DFI for the past decade, but we remain impact focused. And in fact, we're looking to scale our impact. A small company, says who? Some think we're small, not our growing client base, or the new markets, or regions we're growing into. Nothing about us is small. Not our people, not our skill set, not our extensive track record, and definitely not our impact. The truth is, we have a big story to tell, much bigger than our finance, much greater than where we are. We just haven't told it yet. In the last few years, we've already started to step up and scale up. In terms of our strategy, our coverage, our impact, and the processes and structures that support our massive transformative process to build a better Africa. it is now time for the brand to reflect our drive. So yes, finance is part of what we do. But capital speaks to the heart of who we are and what we create. Market capital, social capital, human capital. This is the impact we have and the legacy we want to create as a private credit provider driven by profit with purpose. That's why, as of today, I am no longer the CEO of Norsad Finance, but rather the CEO of Norsad Capital. A new brand for a brand new era of private capital investments that we are proud to be taking into sub-Saharan Africa, while deepening our footprint in our home markets in Southern Africa. Clear, professional, dynamic. That's what I see when I look at the logo and hear the name Norsad Capital. Also ambitious as we seek to impact more than 100 million lives in Africa within the next decade. And if our brand is our currency, we are excited about Norsad Capital. And I'm not the only one. Zubair is waiting in the wings to tell us how the new brand will help us fulfill our vision to become the leading private debt impact investor in Africa.
I'm very excited to be part of the team growing our footprint, products and market with a new brand that better reflects who we are and what we deliver. We are unique. We are not your typical lender. We are not a DFI or a public entity. We are not dependent on any state for funding or direction. Yes, we are proud of our history and the shareholders that back our business, and we are aligned in our aspiration to be impactful and make a difference. But we are, in fact, an impact investor and independent private credit provider in Africa, led by Africans for a better Africa. That is our capital and currency, which we're excited about and we are building on. Profit with a purpose, investors with impact. That hasn't changed. In fact, our strategy and new processes, procedures, and people behind it allows us to have more impact on a much bigger scale. And yet, the legacy that the Norsad Finance brand carries does not convey our evolved thinking and the possibilities. That's the first thing I noticed when I came on board 3 years ago. I was already excited to join Norsad after my engagement with the team. And many of my expectations have been exceeded. However, I felt a big disconnect between the brand and who we are. I know many of you have spent a lot of time explaining what we do, or even who we are. And you know us. What about the others that we are yet to meet or need to know us? Should we spend a disproportionate amount of time explaining? This is energy that could better be spent doing what we do best, structuring tailor-made debt solutions that enables our partner clients to shine while delivering desirable social impact in our communities. This is all achieved without trading off risk, return, and impact. Instead, we seek to invest only in opportunities where impact and investment returns coexist. And when I've interviewed job applicants for openings or new roles within the team, a lot of them thought they were coming into a slow-paced public company and not a high-paced, high-octane entity that we occasionally are. Maybe that's because we are down to earth and like to be uncomplicated. In that way, our new brand is not only a better market fit, but a better cultural fit as well. It's going to help us attract better partners, better suited employees who would like to make a difference, and better opportunities to have greater impact. And the timing is perfect. We are growing and financing more impactful businesses, expanding our products, and getting ready to do it in sub-Saharan Africa, what we have been doing in our home markets for over 30 years, with a brand that speaks to who we are and what we do. I love how clean, modern, and uncomplicated our new logo is. Capital includes private credit. Private credit is capital. Everyone knows that. There's no need to explain. And we will continue to catalyze all forms of capital, financial, market, social, and human capital towards more impact in our communities. All we need to focus on now is how we become the leading private debt impact investor in Africa. I'm sure Horata has a few thoughts on how our new brand can help us do that. Horata, over to you.
Thanks Zubair and Kenny for getting to the heart of what our new brand, Norsad Capital, is really about. It's not just the new logo or new name we thought would make us look more modern. It's a complete mindset shift. One that will shape not only how the market sees and values us, but also how we value ourselves, our partners, and the work we do to bring profit and purpose together. As Zubair and Kenny said, we're not a DFI, neither are we a philanthropist. We are commercially focused. We intentionally seek out investments that lead to better outcomes for people and the environment without compromising return. We are a professional finance team with the skills and experience to make a real impact. We've been doing it for 32 years, and we want to do more, in more places, and in more ways. That's why we evolved our strategy, got our house in order, and made sure that our processes and people were in line with what the market expects from a leading private debt impact investor in Africa. The only thing that wasn't in line was our brand. Our brand gap had widened. Impact remains at our core, but identity had not evolved in line with our business focus and approach. Many are still fond of the Africa graphic on the old logo, but other brand elements had to evolve. Africa is in us and is encapsulated in our purpose. The new logo is a complete departure from the old. It's modern, clear, and consolidated, just like our business. The circle is solid, bold, and collaborative, just like our people. We kept the dynamic orange that speaks to the energy of our people and the continent we aim to impact. It also represents our enthusiasm and passion towards our purpose of building a better Africa. And we brought in a modern blue to speak to our professionalism, integrity, and partnership approach. The sans serif font brings a modern and clean look and is best for clarity and legibility. They also give a friendly and approachable feel in line with who we are. And of course, the word capital. As Zubair and Kenny explained, it speaks to who we are, what we do, how we want the market to engage with us. No more confusion, no more explaining. We are Norsad Capital, and we are using tailor-made debt solutions to enable our partner clients, empower communities, and make Africa a better place. That's the kind of profit with purpose we want to get our brand behind. Like our new strategy, our new brand is part of a bigger vision and greater story. Which is why we will be spending the next 6 to 12 months rolling it out, making sure that all our stakeholders know that we're not changing. We are simply aligning our brand to who we are and what we do. Growing and financing more impactful businesses and expanding our coverage to increase our reach and impact. We are about building a better Africa. So watch this space, because we are going to be making a lot of noise as we share our brand story and invite others to join us across existing and new territories for a renewed purpose under a new brand. Welcome to the bold new world of Norsad Capital.